What is up, everyone? It's WTS Weather here with yet another weather forecast video. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the possibility of yet another major winter storm for the central and eastern United States, as well as a possible major freeze that could stretch as far south as Texas and even further south than that. So if you guys want to see both of those topics covered, make sure to stay tuned for the entire video. Remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get right into it. Alright, so taking a look at the GFS model here, you guys can see it is relatively quiet. We still have this nor'easter in parts of New England that will be moving out later today. We have a high pressure system reaching all the way down to Florida with this Arctic air, which is causing it to be very cold in Florida, actually. I think the temperatures there were well below, not well below freezing, but they were freezing this morning in Florida. So if we take a look here, we're going to skip ahead to about hour 60 here. You can see still relatively quiet. However, we have this system up here in the north. Now what this is going to do is, if we put this in play a little bit further, we can see it creates this cold front now, and then we have this little pressure down here, which is going to merge it with this system and basically redevelop the center of the low pressure over the central United States, right there. And now you can see we just have this huge band here of snow, wintry mix, some heavy rain, some ice. It's going to be a mess for much of the United States. So if we put this even further in play, you can see it eventually does reach the northeast again. Now, this is more going to be a problem with the interior northeast. I know you guys missed out on the last snowstorm that we just had a day ago. So if you guys are upset that you didn't get snow, don't worry. We have one coming for you, and this is going to be it. So you see here we have this area of heavy snow, northern New York, northern New England, northern Maine, Massachusetts. We have this line of ice, wintry mix as well, expanding even further south into parts of southern New York, maybe even New Jersey. Now, in terms of snow totals on the GFS model, please keep in mind, once again, this is not 100% spot on. There's still time for this to change. It's 100 hours out. As we saw and as we learned with the last storm, nothing is set in stone until the storm is actually formed and set in motion. So taking a look at the snow totals here, you can see it goes a bit extreme on the snow totals. Now, I know this area here, you guys have been lacking in the snow this winter. This storm is really going to fix that. We have areas of 2 feet plus on the GFS model here, as well as in the interior northeast. You guys also have not had that much snow. I know, actually, that's not true at all. Actually, some places in the interior northeast have had a lot of snow, but specifically this area here, you guys have really not had a lot this winter, so you guys are going to hopefully get something out of this storm. So yeah, you can see even as far as into Texas, you guys have a foot of snow. Now, once again, this could change. Other models are showing different things. We could go ahead and take a look at the European model here. So one main difference between the European model and the GFS model, European is still in the northeast, still in generally the same location, but it is further south. So if we compare this is the European model. You can see the line for the top part of the storm is right there. Now if we switch to the GFS model, you can see it's much further north. So obviously, still a lot of confusion between the models, as there typically is. Nothing is set in stone. We saw it with last storm. Please, please, please do not get too excited or too worried about this storm just yet. It is something to watch for, though, so I would recommend consulting with your National Weather Service office, seeing if they're putting out any updates, and also, when we put out new videos, come watch them, because I will be talking about this until it actually happens, or if it doesn't happen, I'll talk about the next one. So please keep in mind, this is not 100% certain. This could change. So yeah, now taking a look at the next thing we're going to talk about is this deep freeze that many of the models have going as far south as into Texas. You guys remember what happened last year in Texas. I really don't want a repeat of that, but as you can see, it's not looking too good here. So you can see we have this Arctic air right now in the northeast. Now this is going to subside and go north, and we're going to have this other Arctic air front move down into Texas, and just look at this. This is not wind chills. This is just normal temperatures. Let's go in on south central US here. Normal temperatures here, you can see in the negatives, in the negative 10s in parts of northern Texas, and even as far south as maybe Houston, you guys are going to get even into freezing temperatures here. This is just going to be a crazy next 2 weeks. So keep in mind, this is normal temperatures, not taking into account wind chill. If we look at the wind here, you guys can see there is not that much wind. However, with this storm on the back edge of it, there will be some wind, but I don't believe it'll be that much of a problem, because it's not going to be during the height of the temperatures. So this is like, you know, right as the temperatures get going, then as it actually goes below freezing, the winds won't be that big of a problem. So once again, if you were in Texas or if you were in this area here that's in the white, watch out for the next week or so, because you guys could get some freezing temperatures that could possibly cause some issues coming up this following week. So on top of that, you can see sticks around for a little bit. Eventually it does move out of the way, and that's going to be pretty much it for the cold temperatures in that part of the United States. Now, taking a look in general, taking a look at the upper air here, let me get to the proper blah, blah, blah. So you can see this is right now, you see we have our nor'easter that goes off the coast here, and we have this basically high pressure sits over the northeast for a little bit, eventually gets moved out, and we have this huge system here now that develops that you can see here. And now this is what's going to be causing the big problems in Texas. This low pressure that's going to be sitting there, this Arctic air, going to go like this and basically just sitting over Texas. Now this is not very confident yet. We are not confident in this at all, because once again, the storm that's coming before this has to basically move perfectly in order for this to set up. If it does not move according to what these models are saying right now, the cold air could be much further north, it could be much further to the east, it could not even be a problem for Texas. So a lot of uncertainty still here. Models have been all over the place with this once again, and yeah, so I want to go ahead now and we're going to talk about the snow totals from yesterday's storm, and basically what ended up happening. And yeah, so I'll see you guys in a second. Alright, so taking a look now at the past 72-hour snowfall map, you can see once again much of the forecast. I think the forecast was pretty much spot on with this one. We did have areas, once again, this line here, you guys kind of didn't get as much as expected because that gradient was super tight and super far to the east than expected. So obviously Boston, you guys didn't end up getting the full 2 feet, I believe. I don't know, but I think we might have gotten 2 feet in Boston, but to the south of Boston, that's where really the jackpot zone was. So you can see we have areas of 18 to 24 inches, 24 inches plus here, as well as in parts of eastern Long Island. You guys also ended up getting a lot of snow out of this, over 2 feet in some spots. So once again, some of the forecasts did bust to the west of the storm, west of I-95. Basically, I know west of I-95 has not had that great of a winter so far. You guys have not had much of anything this winter, to be fair. But once again, that storm we talked about earlier, you guys could see something, as well as most of the interior northeast. We're not sure yet. So other than that, you can go up here in New England. We also have spots here, 12 inches in parts of southern New England, 18 inches. So yeah, once again, the snow is still falling in New England, so these totals might actually go up even more. But yeah, that is pretty much it for the video, guys. I will be back tomorrow with yet another video regarding the storm that's going to be happening next week. And yeah, so make sure to like, comment, subscribe. If you have any questions, leave them down below. I will be sure to answer them. And yeah, so I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.